stepmother locked me in a dark room with a dead chicken. It was still warm when I touched it. She said it was punishment. I wasn't even sure what I had done. I'll start from the beginning. My name is Adamma. I was 12 when my mother died, and my father remarried. At first, my stepmother, Mama Folklore, seemed kind. She smiled a lot and gave me sweets. But that didn't last. One evening, about 3 months after she moved in, I spilled some stew on the kitchen floor. It was an accident. I cleaned it right away, but she saw me. Her face changed, cold and hard like a stone. She said, "You're careless, just like your mother," and walked away. The next morning, my father left for work. He traveled often and stayed away for weeks. That's when Mama Folklore truly became a different person. She started making me sleep on a mat outside her bedroom door. She called it keeping watch even though nothing ever happened. If I didn't wake up early enough to do the chores, she would hit me with a broomstick or pull my ears until they felt like they'd come off. One day, she told me to fetch water from the stream. I was gone for less than an hour, but when I got back, she was furious. "You've been playing with other children," she yelled. I hadn't, but there was no point arguing. That night, she brought a chicken into the house. It was still alive then, tied up and squawking. She said it was for a special meal. I didn't think much of it until she called me into the storage room later. The chicken was dead. Its feathers were scattered on the floor, and blood stained its neck. She shoved me inside and locked the door. "Stay there and think about your behavior," she said from the other side. I screamed. I banged on the door, but she didn't open it. The room was pitch black, and the smell of blood filled my nose. I stayed there for hours, crying, until she finally let me out. From that day on, I was afraid of her. Every small mistake felt like it could lead to something worse. She once made me eat pepper straight from the pot because I hadn't swept the yard properly. Another time, she told me I wouldn't see my father again if I ever told him what was happening. But I did. The day he came home, I ran to him and blurted everything. I thought he would protect me. Instead, he looked tired and told me not to upset her. He said, "She's just trying to make you stronger." I gave up after that. Mama Folklore never stopped. But she got smarter, more careful. She made sure the bruises didn't show and that no one in the village suspected anything. I don't know why I'm telling this now. Maybe I just need to let it out. Or maybe someone out there has a stepmother like mine and needs to know they are not alone. But the truth, I still hear her voice sometimes, even though I haven't seen her in years. "You'll never be good enough." It echoes in my head, just like it did in that dark, stinking room.